Hey y'all, I'm going to be making hamburger steak and gravy, mashed potatoes and corn for supper tonight, and I thought I would show you how I do it. So I'm going to cut the burner onto my stove, and I'll bring you down to my frying pan, and to this I'm going to put some garlic salt. If I can get it to come out. Okay. Now I have 2 pounds or maybe a little more of hamburger, and when I freeze it I flatten it like this, and it makes it so much better to freeze, gives you more room in your freezer and all. So this is what I'm going to make the meat out of. I can't think of the word I'm trying to say, but I'm going to just break off pieces of it and put it in the pan instead of making like round patties or something. And I'm going to turn the burner down. We do not want to get this meat cooked too well on the outside, because then it'll be kind of hard on the outside when we eat it, and I don't like the way that tastes. So we're just going to cook it a little bit. And then we're going to take it up and make our gravy, and then put it back down in it. So it's going to take me just a little while to cook all this meat, but when I do, I'll be back and we'll go to the next step. So I got the hamburger cooked, and I cooked it just enough so that it would kind of hold its shape once I have it in the pan while it's simmering. So I was going to use cream of mushroom soup, but I don't have any. So I found this brown gravy in my spices, so I'm going to make up some of it. And probably you can't see, and this burner's hot, but I'm going to put about 4 good size spoonfuls of the gravy mix, along with 2 cups of water. And stir that up. I'm not sure if that is enough gravy or not, the mix, but we'll see. And to this, if I see we need more gravy, I don't think we're going to. It looks like it's starting to thicken up real good. As a matter of fact, we might need more water, which will be just fine. Yeah, we're going to need more water. I very seldom ever use this gravy mix, so I'm not real good at it. Also, along with that meat, with browning it just a little bit and it holding, to help it hold together, also we wanted to get a little of the grease off of it. So as this simmers, it will thicken up more. So I want to be sure and have it thin enough now, and hopefully it is. And to the gravy, I'm going to add a pack of the Lipton onion soup, dry onion soup. I think this goes so well with beef. And it'll be so good over mashed potatoes. So that is bubbling pretty good. I'm gonna have to turn it down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and, I feel like I ought to go ahead and add just a little bit more water. Let me do that. Okay. Now I'm going to add back in the hamburger, and when you have why can I not remember what this is called? When you have the hamburger steak, a lot of times, depending on where you get it, it's not made into round hamburger patties. So that's why I didn't want to make this into round patties. I wanted it to look more like what it would look like if you were at a restaurant. So there's a little juice and stuff left from where I took it off the plate. And so I am going to cover this and just have it very, very low simmering. And then I'll come back in about a half hour and I will make the corn and the mashed potatoes and finish getting supper ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start the green beans. I was gonna do corn and I decided to do green beans instead. So I'm gonna do 2 cans, and I poured most of the juice off of these. There's just a little tiny bit. And so we'll put that in the pot, and then this is full of bacon grease. And so I'm gonna put about that much bacon grease in. And this is imitation bacon bits. The real bacon bits would be much better, but this is what I have. So I'm putting some of that in. And then in this container, I have Splenda, and I'm going to put a little of that in because we like our beans sweet. So I'm sorry about the dog barking. And I'm just going to cover these and let them simmer for a while. The more they simmer, the better they are. So I'll be back to do the potatoes shortly. I'm going to go ahead and make the mashed potatoes, and then supper will be ready. So what I've done is put some whole milk in the pot and got it hot, and when I stir it and I can feel it kind of wanting to stick to the bottom a little bit, I know that it's ready to go ahead and finish up. So normally I make instant mashed potatoes because I like them, my family likes them, and they're so much easier to make than real mashed potatoes, even though real mashed potatoes are not at all hard to make. I just take the easy way out with these. So that is not going to be enough potato, and I'll add, so far I've added about 2 cups of the instant potatoes, and that looks like it may be enough. And I went ahead and turned the burner off. I may need just a little bit more. I'm going to put about 1/4 of a cup more of potatoes, and I'm sure that will be enough. And I just stir this around and get everything incorporated and stirred up together. And a lot of times I like to make extra potatoes because in the morning time we enjoy fried potato patties, and I just add a little flour and some egg and onion to the potatoes and then fry them as patties. So that looks good. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper. And with that, you just put whatever amount your family would like. And I'm going to add some butter. And I'm going to put about 3/4 of a stick of butter. I like to keep 2 sticks in this little container. And when it gets low, I just load it back up. And then this is my garlic that I roasted, and I use it in so many things. And so I like to get some of the oil in there with the garlic. I don't want to put too much because my husband sometimes will feel like I put too much. But anyway, that's how I'm going to make the potatoes today. And stir that all around and try to mash up the garlic. If you do put garlic in it like I'm doing, try to mash those up a little bit, but they're delicious just eating them just like that, straight out of the jar. My daughter comes over, especially when I make them fresh, and she'll stand and eat them out of the jar just like they're candy. So this looks good and ready to use. Here is the meat that I cooked. And you probably can't see it too well, but it smells real good. And then here are the green beans I cooked. So I'm going to have to grab a spoon. And it looks like the gravy is a real good consistency. And I don't know if I got it said the way I meant to or not, but when you're frying your hamburger meat before you put it in here, don't fry it too much, because then the outside of the meat will get kind of hard and it doesn't soften back up, and then it's, to me, not quite as good as it could be. So I'm going to get some potatoes on the plate. And then I'm going to put some meat on there. And then some green beans. And that is our supper for tonight. I have some rolls. I'll probably put a roll on the plate. Let me put one more piece of meat. This is Randy's plate. And a lot of times he just doesn't eat a lot. But now he's got 2 pieces of meat. So I hope that you enjoyed watching the video, and I appreciate it when you do. I hope you learned something, and I hope you make this, and I hope you love it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.